A couple of 2-1 teams set to square off, and we're underway here in NFL Week 4. Taken about 7 yards deep. And he returns this to the 22.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
For the first time with J.K. Dobbins. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25.
On the stop.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. He carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. This just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. That's good for a Raven first down. 15 yards there.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it, but it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you called it the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
Jackson on first down. They set up the screen for Dobbins. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
It's a gain of 3. First down, Ravens.
And the former Heisman winner, this is Mark Ingram. And he'll take this one down to the 36.
Mark Ingram, the ball carrier.
A gain of 3, second down.
At the 36.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
Off the play fake to Dobbins, here's Jackson. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, third down.
Marquise Brown.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's third down. He can run for it, and he will. And he's got room. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Excellent job on the keeper. 20 yards and a first down.
And that was a nice, strong run by the guy they call the field general.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
They give them 2 yards there as they're set up now with a 1st and goal. First and goal from just inside the 5. They'll run with Dobbins. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. Good first step there defensively, but they're still knocking on the doorstep, so maybe another run here?
I think so. One of my favorite coaches used to say, son, if you can darn near lay down near the end zone and get in, give me my best power running play with my best back right now.
Working with a 2nd and 3. They'll try to run with Dobbins. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. J.K. Dobbins. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Here's Kareth White on the return. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Kareth White on the return. Washington takes over 1st and 10. At their own 24-yard line.
Haskins and the Washington offense going to come up here 1st and 10 at their own 24. And he's going to be stopped here on this first play as he gets it to the line of scrimmage and no more.
Patrick Queen.
Linebacker Patrick Queen bringing him down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
24-yard line.
Now a give right side. Gibson. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Queen on the tackle. That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
After 7-0 on EA Sports.
Ravens 7, Washington nothing.
They go play action now. Haskins. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now Haskins to throw it. He's going to float this one deep right side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The former first-round pick Marlon Humphrey there to get a hand on it.
Similar to a shooter in basketball, just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Ball carrier.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Go! 58, boys, 58, 58, come on. Hey, let's get that ball, D, let's get that ball.
Now it's Haskins. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Here's the Pro Bowl punter Tress Way on to punt for Washington, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. And look, they're on the road, so getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. From the gun, Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down.
Well, I can certainly tell my age, partner, because when I was a kid, running backs like J.K. Dobbins with over 2,000 yards in their final season in college, they went early in the draft. Instead, he somehow lasted until the 2nd round. But how great is it to get a guy with that ability who can run it inside, run to the perimeter, and catch the football out of the backfield? To be able to get him in the 2nd round, that's what I call a steal.
This pass complete. Jackson finding Andrews. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. Dobbins running out of the gun. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Speed is the name of the game when it comes to RPOs, and sometimes you can be a little too quick, thus inaccurate, incomplete.
To the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. From midfield now, here's Jackson. They go screen. This is Ingram. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
They go back to the ground with Dobbins. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Ryan Kerrigan in on the stop. A gain of 4.
2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game.
4-yard line.
reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
Pretty nice play here. They go read option, read the defensive end, and when he collapsed down inside, how about the quarterback pulling it, keeping it, and not only getting to the second level, but picking up some really nice yardage.
Very, very well read. Eluding the pressure right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. It's Ryan Kerrigan getting the sack. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field, down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. On third down, here's Dobbins. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line.
He was brought down.
Washington now got to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Washington will take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk is a big decision here.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10. Now it's Haskins. Haskins hit, and he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And this is going to be brought back for a Baltimore touchdown. And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
Justin Tucker to kick off.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And no return here for White. It'll be a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a pickup of 19 yards on the play. And that'll make it second and 10. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This from 44 yards away. And Hopkins' kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Taken about 7 yards deep. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked out officially at the 21.
First and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. A big play there on the catch and run. 59 yards. So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost his bread and butter. It's a good running back dive play.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
In any event, it happened pretty quickly. I'm not sure he made the right decision on that one. I think if he had it to do over again, he would have found a different target downfield. But he made his decision, and that one's incomplete.
3rd down. Here's Haskins. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. Pick 6 is starting to be old hat for Peters. He had 3 of these to lead the NFL in 2019, and he comes up with another here. Now Tucker to add the PAT. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points.
It's the score, Ravens 24, Washington 3.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
It's over 1st and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one didn't bother you too much last time.
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Right back to him on 1st down. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42.
Gibson, the ball carrier.
And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And a very good return as he takes this all the way up to the 35-yard line.
Intercepted by the
So an opening drive interception to begin this second half.
And just think about the time you spent in the locker room going over what you expected to do in the second half. Not the way they saw it, not the way they drew it up. You find out this is something that you can't just edit, right? There's no rewrite here. This is live, and now they've got to find a way out of this hole.
Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
They'll run on first down. Dobbins. Good cover defensively as they get to him just beyond the 45 after the juke. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Another run here with Dobbins. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
Playing against a 3-4 front is really challenging for offensive linemen because they can do so many different things. But when you're running the football, if you can handle the nose tackle up front, and it may be a guard can slide up to the 2nd level and block a linebacker, that's when you have success running the football.
And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line.
A gain of 3.
Couple of third-year guys, couple of Pro Bowlers. Jackson to Andrews for the Ravens first. On first down, Dobbins. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. J.K. Dobbins with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year, as the Ravens push further out in front.
But I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Will take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And yet again, Haskins is intercepted. 3rd time. It's Chuck Clark picking it off.
By the Ravens.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. And right away, he'll look to throw. Jackson going to get this out to Brown. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Throwing is Jackson. That's complete to his running back, J.K. Dobbins. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. Throwing quickly, that's caught by Brown out wide. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down.
No gain on the play. And it brings up 3rd down.
Let me breathe for a minute, man.
On 3rd down, Dobbins, and he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now at FedEx Field, a lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Here's Sam Cook now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. On the return, it's White, and he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. On 2nd and 11 now. Haskins, and he'll hit his tight end, Walker. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
It's 4th down.
They're going on 4th down. Haskins. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
38, Washington 3. Justin Tucker.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Here's White. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
On the return, Washington will take over 1st and 10. At their own 24-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick 6 put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them. Now a dump off here complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts...
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Marching in for the sack, Matthew Judon.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
The throw by Haskins complete to McLaurin. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21.
That's good.
A huge play there for Washington. 43 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11. At the Ravens.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Gibson. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long.
And 12.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. On play action, Haskins. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. So that's the rookie's first trip to the end zone, and I think it's safe to say one he'll always remember.
Oh, without a doubt. That one is going to be imprinted forever. And nowadays, we're seeing rookies make a greater impact at that position at receiver than ever before. I think mainly because of the sheer volume of footballs that they catch in college.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
And it's third down.
An extra man in the secondary for Washington on third down. He may try and run for this. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. That one will go for 9 yards and a first down on the keeper.
Well, if you're going to run the read option, typically, you've got to keep an eye on the defensive end.
And what does that mean? What are you looking for with a defensive end?
Well, you want to play off of what he does. If he collapses inside towards the running back, then you pull it and take it yourself outside in. If he stays outside, you go ahead and leave it with the running back. In this case, pulled it and got good yardage himself.
He's going deep for Brown. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, second down.
Second down and 10.
Here's second and 10. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for the Ravens, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll return home next week to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for Washington, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll have a chance at redemption next week at home against the Los Angeles Rams. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.